has termed the Hindenburg report as baseless. This ahead of hearing of the SEBI's plea in the top court seeking extension of probe. The SEBI, we understand, has submitted the details delinking Adani probe from Hindenburg. SEBI in its affidavit report states that firms investigated are not listed. So huge development as far as the Adani-Hindenburg case is concerned. SEBI there saying that the petitioner's claim in the top court is completely baseless and has no basis whatsoever. So this is mentioned in the affidavit that's been submitted. Let's go across to Sharmila, our business editor. Sharmila, if you can take us through those details of this affidavit that's been submitted by SEBI in the top court.
Yeah, hi. So right before the final hearing of the Hindenburg-Adani case today, SEBI has submitted an affidavit whereby it says that the petitioner's submission on Friday, where it said that SEBI has been investigating Adani companies, is baseless, and says that the companies which SEBI was investigating, the Adani companies, are not listed entities. And it has already reached out to 11 regulators worldwide to look into some regulation issues that they suspect Adani Group of. But that is completely delinked from this probe. And they have also said in that affidavit that the 12 allegations in the Hindenburg report against the Adani Group are complex, for which they had applied for a 6-month extension to deepen their probe, and to which the Chief Justice of India, Chandrachud, has said that they would allow them time, but certainly not 6 months, but about 3 months to come back with some reasonable response to the queries. So SEBI's input into the order today is completely now stands delinked from the 6-member panel report, which has submitted a report earlier last week, on the basis of which today's report order is expected to come. So the matter which SEBI is investigating into, and what the panel has suggested are going to be two different things. SEBI's report on Adani Group is going to be on their individual observations, individual probe, which they have been conducting for some time, and they may or may not involve the companies which Hindenburg has pointed at. And so that's where we stand today. Right.
Sharmila, just a quick follow-up question. This affidavit that's been submitted by SEBI in the top court states that 11 overseas regulators were reached out to by SEBI itself, and that 51 companies under the GDR investigation were part of, are not listed Adani companies. If you can take us through those finer details of that affidavit.
So yes, so the 51 companies which SEBI has been investigating into and has been looking out for information on are not listed companies, which clearly means that the recent fiasco over this Hindenburg report, which created waves in the Indian stock markets, are completely not affected by these companies. They're not listed entities, is what SEBI is pointing at.
All right, thank you for the moments, Sharmila. They're getting us details of this affidavit. In fact, Sharmila, stay with us. The question that is also something that many are asking is what took SEBI so long to, file its affidavit in the top court, and how exactly has been the course as far as getting to this bottom of, the allegations that have been made against the Adani Group by the Hindenburg company.
It did not take much time per se, because on March 2nd, the Supreme Court had constituted this 6-member panel and had given them 60 days to come back with a report. SEBI submitted a report on, end of April, saying that we will need some more time to come back on the 12 allegations by the Hindenburg report. So, whereby they said that we have been also looking into the Adani Group since 2016. Now on Friday, the petitioner said that SEBI has been investigating the Adani Group since 2016. Today, in this affidavit, SEBI has delinked that, that investigation has nothing to do with these 12 allegations of the Hindenburg report.
Yes. Also, Sharmila, this affidavit also mentions about the 12 transactions, which we understand SEBI has referred to, saying that it's highly complex, and that very categorically it is also mentioned that it has not been probing the Adani Group since 2016, as has been mentioned by the petitioner in the plea in the top court.
See, the Hindenburg report actually points out at 12 various allegations against the Adani Group, including massive offshore funds being routed, some allegations against the setup of the company and overvaluation of the company, all of that. So those 12 allegations are something that we will expect from the 6-member panel to throw light on, which it has already submitted a report on in the Supreme Court in a sealed envelope, which we are aware of. So that and this SEBI investigation, we have to understand, are two different things. SEBI is looking at a much bigger net of regulation, any kind of dishonor of regulations, we can call it that. But that has got no direct link with what Supreme Court is going to base their order on. We're expecting the Supreme Court order in a couple of hours today, and that's completely going to be based on the 6-member panel report. And SEBI's investigation into the matter is going to be prolonged, you see. It's going to be prolonged till August, and we will get another report from SEBI then, and Supreme Court is going to hear them again. So that is completely delinked from what we are expecting at that court today.
All right, Sharmila, they're getting us details of this affidavit that's been submitted by SEBI. We're given to understand that SEBI has particularly mentioned that 51 Adani companies under probe since 2016 were listed. None of them were listed, in fact, listed entities, and that reports on probe against any company of Adani Group is completely baseless. So, of course, remains to be seen whether this report actually has a bearing on the performance of the stock prices. For now, a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country.